Good evening, folks. This is Bill Breeden, and welcome to my Constellation Tour number 28. Tonight we begin the constellations of the ecliptic, more commonly known as the zodiac constellations. And we're going to begin with Capricornus, the sea goat. I have Stellarium set up here for early September 2020 at 8:52 p.m. Capricornus is best viewed from August to October, so it's best viewed in the late summer or early autumn. Okay, let's try to find Capricornus. If you're outside and you're looking south in the late summer or the early autumn, what you want to do is look for the teapot asterism of Sagittarius. And we've got Stellarium set up here for a moderately light polluted sky in the suburbs. And you can see here I'm pointing to the teapot asterism. Here's the handle back here. Here's the spout. Here's the lid. And you've got steam coming out of the teapot. That would be the Milky Way. So that's the teapot asterism of Sagittarius. So to find Capricornus, you want to look to the left of Sagittarius. So you want to come over here to this part of the sky. And you're going to see Capricornus is a faint constellation. So you're going to look for these two stars here, and you're going to draw a line. And you're going to see some faint stars in a line. Then you're going to make a turn here, and there's another faint line that ends with this star here. So you've got this V shape here, sometimes called the clown's mouth. That is Capricornus, the sea goat. So let's have a look at the constellation lines. And here you can see the teapot of Sagittarius is outlined. And then you go over to the left and you can see Capricornus. Now here's the stars that form the V. And you can see it's depicted here with this shape, with these two triangles. But to me, it's easier to look for this faint V shape in the sky. So let's have a look at the mythical figures. And you can see that Capricornus the sea goat is depicted as a goat with a fish's tail. And the teapot of Sagittarius is here. That's the body and arrow of Sagittarius, the archer. So we're gonna turn our view over here towards Capricornus. And I also want to mention too that tonight we're going to go over the first constellation of the ecliptic region of the sky. Now the ecliptic shown here is an imaginary line in the sky that the sun travels. The sun follows this line. And it takes a year for the sun to go through all of the ecliptic constellations. Now obviously you can't see the constellation that the sun is currently in because it's up during the daytime. So for example, tonight I've got this set for September 8th, so Capricornus is positioned for nighttime viewing, but the sun will be right here on this part of the ecliptic line between January 19th and February 16th every year. So let's look at the brighter stars of Capricornus. There aren't many, but we have this star here, and we have this star here, and we have this one here. There's three stars that are bright enough to catch your eye. We'll start with this one. This one is called Algeti or Alpha Capricorni, and it is a magnitude 3.5 star, and it's also a double star. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at Algeti through the finder scope. And that makes a really nice, pretty double star. So that's Alpha 2 and Alpha 1 Capricorni make up this double star. So Alpha 2 is magnitude 3.5 and Alpha 1 is magnitude 4.4. So this would make a really, really nice target for a backyard telescope in the late summer, early fall. Let's look at it through an eyepiece. And through a wide angle 24 millimeter low power eyepiece, you can see that Alpha 2 and Alpha 1 are separated really nicely. Let's see if they're really related here. They list the distance to Alpha 2 at 105 light years from Earth, and Alpha 1 is listed at 686 light years. So they are only an optical double. They are not related. One is way closer to us than the other one. So we return to our naked eye sky here, and we see here's the teapot of Sagittarius. Go over to the left and you see this V shape. That would be Capricornus. So, and this star here we just looked at, Algeti. So let's have a look from a dark site. Let's make it dark. Oh boy, it gets a little bit easier or harder to find Capricornus depending on your point of view. For the really bright part of the Milky Way indicates the steam coming out of the teapot here. So you have the teapot, here's the spout, here's the lid, here's the handle, and then you go way over to the left and look for the V shape or the clown's mouth. That would be here. There's Capricornus. Now let's look at how much area of the sky Capricornus occupies. So everything inside this border here is within the boundaries of Capricornus, the sea goat. So let's have a look at the star that's right next to Alpha Capricorni, and that would be this one here. That's Beta Capricorni. And let's look at it through the finder. And this one too is also a double star. Looks like it's called Deba. I don't think I ever knew the name of that one. It's a third magnitude star. And that looks like it's going to split really nicely in a low power eyepiece. There's a 24 millimeter panoptic. Beta Capricorni is 555 light years from Earth. So it'd be another good double star to observe with the backyard telescope. Actually, so far I've been pretty impressed with the double stars in Capricornus. I mean, you've got the alpha star here, Algeti, and you've got the beta star here, Deba. Is that right? Yeah, Deba. So alpha and beta Capricorni make really nice double star targets from a backyard telescope. Okay, the other somewhat bright star in Capricornus is this one at the other end of the V. So you follow your V of stars here like this, and you come to this one. This one's called Deneb Algeti, or Delta Capricorni. and I don't have this on my list as a double star. Stellarium does list it as one, so I suppose this one's just going to be too tight to split. I could be wrong. Yeah, that's going to be too tight to split with a backyard telescope. So Deneb Algeti is only 38 light years from Earth. So that's actually pretty close as stars go. Okay, there is one Messier object within the boundaries of Capricornus, and that is M30. It's a globular cluster. So let's pull out the go-to telescope and point to M30. Let's see, M30 is listed at magnitude 7.7 at a distance of 27,000 light years from Earth. So through the finder scope, you're going to see a nice little tight cluster here. Looks like this is going to be a good one. Let's have a look at it through the eyepiece. That is actually pretty nice. So when you're running through the Messier list, don't forget about M30 in the late summer. Okay, well, this concludes my overview of Capricornus, the sea goat. Good night and good seeing.